The following question is related to organic chemistry, and the question states that a compound has the following structure. So you can have a look at the structure. This is the structure. If you notice carefully, there's a carbon, double bond carbon, which means that it's an unsaturated compound. And this carbon, double bond carbon would also indicate that it's an alkene. So this compound is an alkene. And if you look over here, there's a C double bond O and OH. This suggests that it's a carboxylic acid as well, because it has the carboxylic acid functional group. So it's a carboxylic acid as well. So this is an alkene as well as a carboxylic acid. And the question is, which reaction will occur with this compound? The first reaction is that bromine water will decolorize. Remember that alkenes undergo this reaction. So alkenes will react with bromine water. And bromine, because it's red-brown, it's going to react and it will get decolorized. What's going to happen is that the alkene, the double bond part over here, is the one that's going to react with bromine. And the way bromine would react is that the double bond would break and one bromine would add to one of the carbon atoms, one bromine would add to the other carbon atom. And over here in the middle, this double bond would be removed and in its place a single bond would be formed. So this is bromination of alkenes, and this reaction would occur. So bromine water will get decolorized. The second part is that it will react with an alcohol to form an ester. Remember, there's a carboxylic acid functional group, and they react with alcohols to form esters. So the second statement is also correct. And with alcohols, let's pick a simple alcohol. For example, there's methanol, which has one carbon atom, and it's going to have an OH group. What's going to happen is that the carboxylic acid loses its OH group, the alcohol loses its hydrogen. These things, they get removed. So let me remove these. And when they get removed, the oxygen that is left over here is going to bond with the carbon over here to form an ester linkage, and esters would be formed. Esters are compounds that have the C double bond O group, and there's an oxygen bonded to it. So an ester would be formed when it reacts with an alcohol. So the second statement is also correct. The last statement is that it will react with sodium metal. Remember, metals would react with acids, and it is a carboxylic acid, so it's going to react. And what's going to happen is the carboxylic acid would lose its hydrogen, and so it's going to form a negative ion, CO -1, and a salt would be formed with sodium metal. Sodium metals would react with it, and so metal react acids to produce salt plus hydrogen gas. So this reaction would also occur, and this salt would be produced. So all three statements are correct. So according to this, option C would be it's going to be the correct option for this question.